Today I get to sit down with Jessica Shakir. She started out as a celebrity makeup artist, but what's always stood out to me is her heart for God. Now she leads the Beautiful Mind Academy, helping women step into their identity and purpose. I can't wait to share her story with you. Jessica!
Hi, Nicole.
How are you? Oh my God, it's so good to see your face.
I'm so good. It's so good to see you. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I'm really excited about this one. You were just one of those people that just radiates so much wisdom and warmth, and I have been wanting to have this conversation with you for a while. And I know that our followers will just benefit so much from what you have to share with your story. So if it's okay with you, I kind of just want to dive right in.
Oh, let's do it. I'm honored and I'm ready. I'm excited. Holy Spirit, have your way in this conversation.
Yes. Okay. Can you take us back to the beginning of your journey as a makeup artist? How did your career begin, and how did your view of beauty evolve over time?
I would love to share that, Nicole. A little heads up. I am not good at telling short stories, so I'm going to pray for brevity here.
That is A-okay.
to the good part. But makeup was always something I was enamored by. And when I was young, I was always wooed and allured by color and femininity and ballet and dance and fashion and art. I was wooed by art. And so it's easy to see, looking back on my life, that I was a student of beauty all my life. I was drawn to it. And I was 12 when I made this life decision that, yes, I wanted to be a makeup artist. And my mom and my older sibling and the people in my world, thank God they just encouraged that, just that curiosity and that art form. And so I began doing makeup on my sisters, and I worked at a photo studio. You might remember glamour shots back in the day. I mean, yeah. This is decades ago, right? So I started doing makeup professionally at 16 years old. Wow. By way of glamour shots. I was 18 when I did my first cover of a magazine, Hair and Makeup. I was 18 when I did my first, mini celebrity, and it just went from there. I mean, I was so happy that at a young age, I was aware of my dreams enough to be curious about my dreams, move in the direction of my dreams, and actually have people surrounding me that supported that. I had a 25-year career as a hair and makeup artist, and I was able to travel the world. And I just, who knew that at 12 you could make a life decision, and I thank God for that. And so I encourage young people, even just a little caveat here. I love to find out what young children, what they're curious about, what they find beautiful, because beauty will always move you in its direction. And so my pursuit of beauty has led me through this industry. And I just want to connect these dots together because they're really important. About 5 years ago, I would say, with the pandemic, everything shifted, and I started just being really intrigued with theology and learning more deeply about beauty and God's design for it. And so about 5 years ago, the 19th century theologian Jonathan Edwards helped me put language to this. He poses the question, can one study beauty apart from studying the living God? No, because to study one really is to study the other. So I look back on my life. Yes, I've been a student of beauty all my life. And in doing so, I had actually been a student of the living God all my life and the work that he does. And so now I get to bridge these two together as I help women explore the beauty of God through theological pursuit and through retreats that I host and such. So, you know what, Nicole, you asked me a specific question, and I don't know if I answered it specifically.
No, you did.
That has been my journey of pursuing beauty and where it's led me and where it's taken me. So any other question, or you could re-ask, and I'd love to answer it more specifically.
No, and I love how beauty has always been a part of your world, and it's just through time, it is just your perspective of it has been deepened. But you brought up, creating these retreats and how you've sort of dived deeper into theology. You created Beautiful Mind Academy, right?
Yeah.
What inspired it other than, your relationship with beauty and God? Like, what kind of healing or growth do you hope that women experience through it?
Oh, flourishing, integrated healing, and realizing, because gosh, when we learn who God is fully and explore the depth of him. And let me just say this infinite God, this eternal God, there's no end to knowing him. So I do want to, you hear a lot, oh, know God, you'll know yourself because you're made in his image. And a lot of Christians, especially Christians who've grown up in the church like I have, we might just check off that box like, oh yeah, I know who God is. Oh yeah, I know who I am. Do we? We are always learning about ourselves because we are always changing, but the eternal God, he is never changing. And yet he's always just expanding his glory and beauty in the world. And so I just feel like, man, we'll never reach the end of knowing God fully. And therefore we'll never reach the end of knowing ourselves fully. I think there's so much adventure in thinking it that way. Yes, there's so much mystery, but there's so much adventure. And so when, as women in the Beautiful Mind Academy and the different coaching and, biblical studies and theological conversations that we have, a huge goal is for the Bible to come alive in your heart, in your soul, in your body, so that you can better know God as the creator. We really talk a lot about Genesis, like do a deep unpacking exploration of original language, ancient Hebrew, ancient Near Eastern cultures and civilizations, because we want to know what the first audience heard, and the Bible will come alive in Technicolor. It'll just be like, whoa, jumping off the page and wowing you. In that awe and wonder of God, you begin to realize your part in his story. And you begin to realize like, whoa, I am honored to be made in his image. I am honored that the master creator creates like this. And I have that creative power in me. So maybe I can align with Genesis 1 and I can create like the creator does. And I get to play a part in extending his kingdom on this earth so that people are wooed by beauty, by joy, by goodness, by truth into the kingdom of God, into the arms of love. And so my hope for women who are in the Beautiful Mind Academy, or whether we do, if you attend our Eden retreats, our co-create coaching, is for the Bible to come alive, for you to become just obsessed and in awe and wonder of the living God. And then you grow to love who God has made you and be really mindful of what he's entrusted you with so that you can live the life of your dreams. By doing so, you're actually living the life that God has dreamt for you. So just that connection, Nicole, that it's not just women being emotionally charged, because growing up in church, I know a lot of women who are so passionate and emotionally connected to Jesus and who make space for others and all those beautiful things. And we are called to be intellectually activated. That theology isn't just a boys' game. We're called to learn about the living God and his word just as much as the men in our lives. And that it takes both men and women to partner together, to stand together to rightly reflect the glory of God, and coming together to rightly unlock the fullness of his blessings. And so like we see God in the beginning creating the world in twos. He created heaven and earth. He created land and sea, night and day, man and woman, all of these. He created everything in twos, and they're necessary to reveal his glory. And so men and women, we get to work together in this great commission, in this creation mandate. Go and be fruitful and multiply. Go into all the world as you are going. Tell everyone, disciple everyone, and let's make heaven crowded and extend Eden. So those are my thoughts around what I hope for women as we get to partner together and co-create together.
I love that, Jess. It's such a needed space, and you steward this conviction and this calling so well. Hearing you talk about Beautiful Mind Academy and how beauty and biblical truth go hand in hand kind of reminds me of how, my partner Becca and I created Parable Creative for that sole reason that like we want to see God's work, whether it be like a Christian organization or a church or a even a Christian coffee shop. We don't want to see them sacrifice aesthetics because God's work is beautiful. And hearing you say that is just another testament to the fact that this is something that we so firmly are called to and believe in. And it's such a awesome thing hearing that. And I just love your story. I love, that we've met so many years ago,
We've been on some adventures together, girlfriend.
We really have. That's so funny. Like 6 years ago, right? Or no, 15, longer than that. 2015. Wow, 10 years ago.
A decade. We're celebrating a decade friendship right now.
That's so beautiful. And nowadays that's kind of rare. So I'm so thankful for your friendship, for your words of wisdom. I know our viewers will just love to hear this, and I'm definitely going to link everything below to Beautiful Mind and this sisterhood, this Eden retreat.
Yes.
Yay. Thanks, Jess.
Thank you so much, Nicole. I love what you and Becca are doing, and it is so important. Do not sacrifice aesthetics just because you're Christian. When God said the world was good in the beginning, and he saw that the light was good, it was good, it was good, and then at the end it was tov me'od, it was very good. That word holds so much, and just in closing, it's not just, good. Yeah, it was good. It means functionally good and whole and harmonious, ethically, morally good, and aesthetically good. In the beginning, God created a beautiful world. Why? Because he could see his own image and glory in it. And so heaven, I'll leave with this because we both geek out about this. Heaven informs and the earth expresses. So we get to express the realities of heaven in the work that we do. And that's beautiful.
I love that. Thank you, Jess.
Love you.
Love you too.